Hello. I am officially on Instagram and all of this other stuff simultaneously. Not following. Do my teeth look whiter? One. We started. Got some good music playing right now in the background, some acoustic cinematic. Since I feel that I'm in a movie all the time. How's everyone doing? It is February 13th already in the year of our Lord 2025. It is snowing cats and dogs, Tiff, out in Utah. And that's exactly how I say it. Utah. Snowing. It must be beautiful, though. Hey, Tiff. Tiff. How are you? How's your baby? Almost here. Oh, please don't hate me, everybody, tonight. I promise. But I plan on getting everybody mad. You know how those comedians who just go after literally every single group, that's kind of how I feel sometimes. No one's safe. No one is safe. Absolutely. Oh, we'll wait a couple of seconds. How's the week going? Anybody have any plans for Valentine's Day? It is tomorrow. I am well. I tell you, I feel really good. I've been working out, started slow. So I've been working out for a while now, probably like 2 months, but it was like 2 times a week, 3 times a week. But that was to get my muscle memory back into it. Because when you're out of it for a while, and I feel like I look so old right now. Like, not old as in bad, but old as in like I am in my womanhood. Like, it looks like I pay a mortgage, I have a child, I'm being responsible with my life, and I don't know if I could take it. I don't know if this is a part of me. I like being a mess. I like looking like a mess. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm crazy. Anyways, so I am well. Well, the last either 2 or 3 weeks, I really can't remember. I've been now 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. I'm up 6 a.m., busting it out. And I feel so much better. I'm so excited. I know, it's the poo-poo coming, huh? Welcome. Oh, no. Tiff fell. No, she twisted her ankle. I just automatically assumed that you fell. You twisted your ankle and you are wearing a fancy boot. Well, just make it look good, girl. We hope you get better and feel alive. You all, craziness is just, and it's just going to get worse. You know this, right? Like 2026, I am actually looking forward to already. I am very excited with 2026 coming because we are back at 1, right? This year is the year of 9. It is the year of completion. It's done. And then we start back at 1. Remember that Brian McKnight song? Undeniable that we should. Wait, is that it? Back at 1? Wait. Is that back at one? Am I singing the wrong song? Help me out. Let me show. Oh yeah, one. You're like a dream come true. Two. Just wanna be with you. Wait, three. You're the only one for me. And four. She says 1, 2, 3, 5, and make you fall in love with me. If ever I believe my work yet is done, then we start back at one. Yeah. Okay. Hey, Lil, good. Good. Wasn't that amazing? Last week was crazy. And next week I have something to do. So I will not be on my live, but I will be on LSA at 8 o'clock. So I'm going to try to do another fast, but that was crazy. But again, you know, everything I say comes out of a place of love. Just remember that love. I may be a little hard sometimes, but it does come from a place of love. Will I still look old with these glasses? Oh, I can't see. Do I still look old and responsible? So let's talk about messes really quick. Because I love a hot mess. I love a hot mess. My spirit animal, one person inside, probably 3 of the people that live in me are a mess. They are a hot mess. And I gotta bring her up. Onijah Robinson. We're gonna bring up that made me pause. That didn't look so good. Onijah Robinson. If you don't know who Onijah is, hold on. I gotta switch the music now because we talk about hot messes. Yes, happy Valentine's Day. Let me put some of this on. So, if you don't know who Onijah is, you can Google her. She is an American woman from Brooklyn, which should already tell you, okay? Everybody I know from Brooklyn's a little loony. I don't know about you. Um, a piece of her lives in me. This is all alleged, okay? I don't know what happened. Allegedly, she catfished a guy over in Pakistan, a little cute 19-year-old. Went over to Pakistan to see him. His family was like, he ain't about it with you. They fled Pakistan. She stayed outside, lived on the doorstep for a while, and became an overnight sensation. They absolutely love her in Pakistan. I do believe that they may build a temple or a statue of her. A piece of her lives in me. Yes, she has mental health issues, but guess what? At times, so do I. Yeah, at times, I would love to get on a plane and go to Pakistan. The difference is, I don't have the money to do that just now. And I think about other things, but I did get on a plane to Dominican Republic. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, and I didn't get rejected. I just went by myself. But I get it. And then the country was like, hey, you gotta leave, but we love you. You've been so great. This is the most exciting thing we've had and the best PR that we've ever had, because everybody knows us as terrorists and traffickers, and we just want to blow stuff up. But in reality, we're good people. You know, it's kind of like them thinking about Americans. We're crazy too. We're crazy. Other people around the world look at us and look at our, they say, oh my gosh, all they do is shoot up schools and they're so homeless. Ugh. Right? Anyways, I digress. So then they get her on a plane, and I'm shortening it. And there was a layover, a stop in Dubai, and she gets off and starts chilling on the street. Yes. Well, allegedly, she is back in New York now. For anybody who wanted an update on her, she is back in New York. She has a promoter now. Capitalize on everything you possibly can. 100%. I'm with her 100%. A boss, yes. I'm a hot mess. But right now, I don't look it. Tiff says, I love a hot mess. Boss ladies, I guess everyone is a hot mess. Okay, we're just gonna leave it at that. I love being a mess. Let me tell you what I love. Okay, and let me know if you've experienced this. You go out one night, you get all dressed up. I mean, got your hair cut if you're, or done, and done did it, took hours, maybe 3 or 4 hours. And some men take that long too, but specifically ladies, I could absolutely take 4 hours to get ready with nothing, with not a beat missed. I mean, 4 hours literally to get ready. So you got your makeup on point, you got your dress, your boobies are popping, your butt looks good, you got your heels on, you go out and have every song that the DJ hits is on it. I mean, every song. You didn't have a chance to sit down. You get your drink on, you're getting drinks bought for you. And I'm speaking from my experience, okay? No one else's. I don't know what happens on the other side, but mine, there's money in it, right? Right? And then you go to one of those clubs that stay open a little bit later, maybe to 3, 4, 5. I can't do too late. I'll be asleep because I have fallen asleep in the club plenty of times. But then you go to sleep, right? You're tore up. You go to sleep with your clothes on. And when you wake up, your makeup is semi-still on. Your hair is semi-still. Nice. But it may be a little off, like this. Maybe you had eyelashes on. One's a little crooked, but all you have to do is straighten it a little bit. You wipe off the drool, wipe off the crust a little bit, and go out to a restaurant with that same outfit on. Or go shopping because you know you're going to do it all again the next night. Those are the hot messes I like. Or, what is that called? The walk of shame, right? So one day I was walking here in my lovely neighborhood, and in the morning, early in the morning, I don't know, 7, 8 in the morning, me and AG were doing our little exercise, and I saw this woman who clearly was doing her walk of shame. She had her wig, was crooked, her eyelash was exactly what I'm talking about. Her pants, she had some nice tight jeans, but they weren't zipped up. She was still trying to pull her t-shirt down, had her heels in her hand, coming out of this house. So I walked by and said, hey girl, cause I'm there with her. There's no judgment. And she was like, that's exactly what I need to be doing, but I need to go to sleep. I got to go home and get my kids. Oh, Lord. Hot mess. What do you mean, Willie? Willie said, not me. What does that mean, Willie? Not me. So I love a hot mess. And this is no, I look like somebody's mother or a teacher. Speaking of mothers or teachers, anybody see the story of the lady? She's a rapper. Her name is Dank DeMoss, I think. She's from Detroit. Shout out to Detroit. And she is overweight, like 500 pounds overweight. She's a big girl, like big. Well, she called an Uber, and the Uber was like, you don't like a hot mess? The Uber driver had like I think a C-class Benz, which is the smaller Benz, and he was like, you can't get in my car, you're too fat. Maybe he didn't say too fat, but he was like, you can't fit in my car. So she started recording it, put it on social media. Now she's blown up. 1, everybody knows her. 2, she's talking about the whole weight and discrimination thing. I think she even maybe had a lawsuit with Uber. So then everybody's talking about it like, oh, everybody has their 2 cents, whether they're in agreement with it or not. But the thing that killed me, and this is, okay, just triggered, because y'all may start hating me after this, because we're about to get into it. This lady's a fat lady. Okay. There's no, I don't, she don't like to use the F word. I don't like the F word. Whatever. She's big. She's fat. She is. She was almost 600 pounds. She lost 89 pounds. So give her credit. Now, 89 pounds from, 300 pounds to 211. Hey, all right. 89 pounds from 589 to 500. Great job. You're still in that size category, though, right? So people are saying, oh, we care about her health. She says her mind doesn't register. Yes, that is true. She said she thinks like a skinny person, that her mind doesn't even register that she's that big. Like she doesn't think that she's big. And I get it. I get it because I have those thoughts too. I am fat, but I absolutely think I don't think I'm skinny at all. I do think I'm thick and plump and juicy. But I also realize what my stuff. I realize that I'm there. I got stuff. But people killed me when they talked about, we just care about her health. We just want to be healthy. Bullshit. Nobody gives two blips of this lady that they don't know is healthy. And that's what I want to really talk about. This fake compassion that we have for people. It's a lie. The reality is some people visually don't want to see a 600-pound person. Now they can flip it to whatever they want. We care about your health because I'm telling you, if this lady were to die tomorrow, now that she's known, we would all know. And if she were to die tomorrow, everybody, it's because she was fat. It's because she was fat. She should have lost weight. We don't know anything. The lady could drop out of the plane or whatever the case. Because you know what's been happening lately. Anyway, she could get hit by a car. Anything could happen, literally. But the truth is, stop with the fake compassion. Now, this woman put herself out there, right? We know this. So, but she gets the stare. She gets the talk about, like Tiff said, my best friend was a big, beautiful soul in high school. People were so mean to her. People are going to be mean, right? That's just what it is because that is what they see. What kills me is there are people who are sick inside, right? We can call it mental health issues, but they are there kidnapping children, okay? They are there torturing people. That man in France drugged and sold his wife for years. Years. Now that lady is thin and she looks great. And she called out for help. Her husband is your average French looking dude, I guess. But nobody, right? Because he's pleasant to the eye. Nobody was like, it's kind of odd. Your wife is coming for help. She's saying she's not feeling right in the morning and she got diseases and stuff. And you know what I'm saying? Nobody questioned him. No, because he looks fine. But maybe if he was 500 pounds, I don't know. Maybe something else could have happened. So let's stop. That killed me. People, we care about her health. Stop it. And we keep going on. So it's awful. Today I found out that I don't even know if I should talk about this, but maybe I won't. Anyways, we all have experienced fake managers at work. We've all experienced that fake person. Let's say, for instance, if you had a coworker pass away and they act like they really care, and then they give you the speech of, well, I just want to let you all know, if I don't tell you, that I appreciate you all every day. I know I don't get an opportunity to, but I just want you to know we're going to get through this and we're still a team. And then 3 seconds later, they go right back to being that pissy ass person. Right. Stop the fakeness. Stop. I'm going to tell you, I read the eulogy for my uncle's funeral. And thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. So his eulogy was exactly who he was. There was no fake compassion. There was no, oh, he was the best father, the best son, the best brother. No. The truth was told. He was popping in them streets, selling his royal oats. Is that what they say? He loved women. He did. Right? Let's be honest. This is the time to be honest. And I promise, right? Anything could happen to any one of us. If I go tomorrow, you can absolutely be honest about me when you speak of me. She loved being a hot mess. She spoke her mind. Yeah, she was crazy at sometimes. And she wanted to heal the world altogether. Heal the world. Make it a better place. For you and for me and the entire human race. Right? All at the same time, I wanted to do that. I didn't really, get with what she talked about. Sometimes she talked crazy out of her butt. But that's the truth. Be honest. And I do care. I don't care about it. Not that I don't care. Well, no, I don't. Let me be honest. I don't care about everybody. I don't. There's no what is it? F around, FAFO, F around and F out type of thing. I don't. Now, do I wish everybody well? Yes. I absolutely do. I want the best for everyone. Because those mean people, Tiff, that were talking to your friend, they were suffering inside. That is the only reason why people have something negative to say. And the rule, well, if you have something bad to say, don't say it at all. So then they switch it to the fake compassion. Just don't say anything. Like this whole, so I didn't watch the Super Bowl. And I'm going to tell you why, because I don't watch football. I don't watch football because I don't do sports. It's a trillion dollar industry that I am not getting a piece of. I have no interest in it. I don't interest in cheering for a team if I'm not getting a piece of the pie. If the only thing that I can say is my team won, I don't want it. Give me some of them trillions, then I'll watch. Anyways, Super Bowl came and the halftime show, there's always a halftime show. And I saw comments on my feeds. Oh, it was the worst halftime show. It was awful. Now, these are people that frankly just, and I'm going to say it, they're very outwardly open with their disdain for the Black culture. I don't know why they friend me though. I don't know why these people friend me, but they do. Maybe so I could see this stuff, but I don't comment because I don't care. Whatever. That's your thing. That's your thing. So my thing is, I don't watch football because I know exactly what it's going to be. It's going to be some beautiful athletes wearing padded uniforms, tackling each other, and throwing a pigskin oval shaped thing. So I don't watch. So if I know who's doing the halftime show, for instance, say if I don't like Black people, okay? Just be real. And if I know someone Black is doing a halftime show, I'm just not going to watch it. I'm not going to give my energy to it. I'm not going to boost up the numbers. I'm not going to do any of that. Why? Because I don't like it. So why did so many people watch it if they already know they're not going to like it, just to complain about it? Can somebody help me? Like, what is the point of complaining about something you already know is going to happen? Literally. And I'm not saying, and it was the most watched. The numbers were ridiculous, right? The most watched Super Bowl. It was the most watched Super Bowl and the most watched halftime. Great. I think it's great. I still haven't watched the halftime show. I think I watched Usher, because I love me some Usher. But that's really it, just because, and that's my personal preference. And I said today in a meeting at work, I'm a money hungry hoe. But I didn't, I made sure that no one was going to report me to HR for saying hoe. But I'm a money hungry hoe. And not that money rules me, but dag, you know how much these people in sports are making? Not even forget the players. They make all right money. They get a little contract, 5 years for 20 million, 5 years for 150 million. No, I'm talking about them people that sit up in the things, them buckets, or what are they called? The box seats. That's where it's at. BTW, have you seen Bill Belichick's new girlfriend? She's 24. I love it. Yes, Bill, do you. And yes, little 24-year-old girl, get what you can get. Pop a baby out, get the bag. I'm all for it. I'm for it. So I just don't understand why we watch something we don't like. And again, that fake compassion or fake, don't watch it. I don't watch things that I don't like. It's like literally that simple. Now, sometimes it could be a mistake, right? You put on a movie. We watched a few movies where at the end we were like, did we just really waste an hour and a half watching that? I get it. But as soon, there's some telltale. Anyway. So that torture, it is, we torture, we suffer with that fake-ish. It is fake. The biggest form of self-hate is literally putting yourself in that exact place of hating it and hating exactly who one is. So we're going to move on a little bit. Recently, I have been experiencing people who complain and talk maybe about someone else. And if you just take 2 steps back, you can see that the two of these people are the exact same. And it's not just like in 1 or 2 places in my life. This is in multiple places where I see 2 people literally the same, but one is just and that's how it is. It's not both of them normally. It's always one and that one that's doing the talking to me is about to have a breakthrough. Not the one that's not doing the talking, because the one that's not doing the talking doesn't recognize that, oh, we're the same. The one that's doing the talking, oh, I can't stand them. I don't like the way they do this. I don't like the way they do that. But it's the same. For instance, and I'm going to give you an example of me. So my father, I didn't really talk about him. I would talk to his face and tell him about himself. And he would laugh in my face and say, "You're just like me." And at first, I couldn't stand it because I was only focusing on the negative. But as I grew wiser and older and got a chance to meditate, I realized that he saw in me the parts of him that were maybe pushed down. What do you call that? That are layered underneath, right? The sensitive side, the and there's other parts too, like my dad can be extremely cold when he needs to, and I can too. It's like, period. There is no well or going back and forth. When it's done, it's done. I get that from my mother too. So I had to realize that those parts of my father I have. And then also realize the parts of him that I have that I don't like, now they've been exposed. This is my opportunity to work on them. So I experienced this at work with two people who are literally just alike. And one can be very rude to the other. And I'm going to say a manager can be very rude to one. But that one is literally a manager and the same way to her people. It is very interesting, the similarities that they have, but it's all, you know. So I'm saying this to check. If you have a comment about someone, if you have a thought about someone, rethink to yourself, why is it bothering you? And I say that the one that's chattering a lot, they're the one that's going to have the breakthrough, because they're now stuff is being exposed, right? So it's that self-hate, the things that you don't like about yourself, you're noticing in somebody else. That's one of the reasons you notice it. I really can't stand the way that this da 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 da. Oh my God, I did the same thing. All right. And I know we don't realize it because we're perfect, right? If we're not in this place of self-discovery and openness, right? No, of course we're perfect. We don't do that. I don't do that. I don't do what she does. I don't do what he does. No. It's how I thought before until, no, you know what? I do have a soft side, a very sensitive side. And I have this fire in me that when lit, especially when somebody calls me a liar, that will set me off. And calling me a liar is in different ways. And I know it sets people off too. Calling me a liar, right? I'm not saying, oh, you're a liar to my face, but saying that I heard something or that I didn't hear, or if I did hear something, saying, no, that didn't happen. What are you talking about? Or saying something didn't happen when it did, or vice versa. Now I feel like you're calling me a liar. Now, if I do recognize, oh my God, I forgot about it, I can hold myself accountable. So when these moments and situations happen, right, the biggest thing to remember is we cannot expect something different from someone else than what we put out, right? So if I have the tendency to flare up and get mad every time I hear the word pizza, I have to expect that every other person can have that exact same reaction to the word pizza. I'm just giving that as an example, right? So say, for instance, and I won't use my two coworkers, I'm going to try to use my own experiences. Say, for instance, I have a tendency to forget. And I do. I may forget some things. My expectation can't be for everybody else not to forget, or for everyone else to have perfect memory. That grace, it's not even grace, it's just science. Literally everything that I do, the expectation is everyone can do the same thing. And we get angry at it though, right? We all have the person that likes to run their mouth and talk about somebody else, but as soon as somebody talks about them, no, I would never. Hmm. Y'all know that producer Scott Storch? Remember Scott Storch from back in the day? Did all the beats, right? He was fabulous. Well, recently his baby mama went, she was getting her car from valet and went off. So his baby mama is typical California beach body, big lips, like the injected lips. You know, she had a lot of work done. And she started calling the valet workers slang and went off on them. She was like, I'm rich and you're poor and all this stuff. Well, when she got called out, because they videotaped it, now the tears came. I was under a lie. And then she lied and said someone groped her, and then came back and said, okay, he didn't grope me. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't expect it not to come back to you. That is why we have to be mindful of what we say. Give someone the opportunity. And it's not necessarily, and this is what some of us have to work on, we are going to work on the need to have to prove ourselves. Some of us have been beat down so much in childhood, right? From home, from outside of home, from family's house, from school, from Girl Scouts, from whatever the case. We have been beat down. We spend our entire lives having to prove ourselves right. Doesn't matter if we are right or wrong. Doesn't matter if, okay, the issue's over. No, we're going to prove this is what I said. This is what I meant. Just let it be. Let it be. And when we're able to take that step back, to look and that anger, it goes away. Now, does my anger go all the way all the time? Does my anger go away all the time? It doesn't. It doesn't. I take a lot, and then when I get to a certain point, it's all inside, rustling around, rustling around. Another thing that really grinds my gear is the blame game. The blame game. The blame game. Ugh. It's everybody else's fault but mine. I am the victim. Make the victim, 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 victim. I am the victim. It's your fault. It's your fault. It's your fault. It's everybody else's fault. That is another one of those childhood traumas that some of us had to face, of getting in trouble. And the switch we haven't crossed over in that you're an adult now. You're the only one that can get you in trouble is you. No parent is going to beat you. You're not going to get reprimanded. You're not going to get yelled at. You're not going to get talked about. It is only you. It is only us. And to cross over into that adulthood, like, some of us even need permission to be adults. Or some of us in our adulthood are reliving our childhood healing. Imagine you being with someone. Imagine the partner that you chose, or your child coming into this world, or a boss that you have in your life to help you heal from mommy issues. Can I just say that again? I want you to understand this. The people that we choose to relate with in life, which is a relationship, are here for a reason, especially our children. Them children will let you know exactly who you are. And other people, managers, bosses, co-workers, associates, partners, friends, in-laws now that you get, and you see this person over and over, that's a chance, time to think, who does this person remind me of? I have this it is funny. And they may even be yourself. It may even be a reflection of who you are. So then when you see something, it's not necessarily to fight back or punch back with that person, but see, if you notice something, if you recognize something, like I recognized in my father that sensitiveness, and my dad can be cold, but he also has a really big heart. My dad will help anybody in a heartbeat. But don't cross him, because then that's what it is. And my thing is, like, don't play me, because it's a wrap. It is a wrap. And a lot of people know that that have crossed my path, and I don't have to say anything. There's nothing to say. That's it. It's just, oh, game over. Wah, wah, wah. Game over. Because if I feel played, and what that means is like a betrayal, you thinking I'm with the bald-headed BS, and I'm not. Yes, bald-headed bullshit. I'm not. And some people, that's what they do. They don't know. They don't understand. And then there's the disappear. Okay, anyway. So we can't expect something different from someone else than what we already put out. Now, if we think that we're putting out all good, which some of us do, we have that mindfulness, and you get that bald-headed BS back at you, not saying to not get mad. You can get mad, but I hear my child singing. Annie. Adriana, I can hear you singing. Tomorrow. She's being little orphan Annie right now. So, hey Robin, hey Kieran. So, I'm just trying to wait till she finishes. So we can't. So if we do get mad or feel it like bubbling up in us, that's an opportunity to look at what it is and ask yourself, have I done that to somebody? Or do I make somebody feel like that? Do I? If they say it and you get mad, but it's not that bubble up, it doesn't touch you in that way, it doesn't make you feel a certain way, then that's what it is. And eventually you get to the point where, you know what? That's them. All they do is talk smack. That's just who they are. They can't help it. For whatever reason, it doesn't matter. We could say mental health. We could say because they got autism. We could say because they got ADHD. We could say because they got Tourette. We could say anything because they're on medication, because they're high, because they're drunk, because that doesn't matter. Doesn't matter the reason. It just is what it is. We get to that point. And that is a very, it's practice. To get to that place is practice, because I know we got some fiery people here on this live. Say something else. Say one more thing. And it's on, right? Sometimes we just have to remove ourselves. Say something else. Also, we know some people are reactionary, right? They're going to react. Again, I have a coworker. She is from New York, and that's her I know. Tiff says I'm definitely getting better. One of my coworkers, she is a Taurus. So she is we're the same, we're bulls. But I'm more of a cow than a bull. But she's a bull. And she will come out charging. And she's also from New York. She's from Jamaica, but lived in Queens That's her life, Queens. So her excuse all the time is, I'm a New Yorker. That's why I interrupt. I'm a New Yorker. Now we're both bulls. So she will come at me charging. Yesterday, I got a phone call at 4:58 p.m. My day ends at 5 p.m. And she was going off because she was upset that I did something. But she heard that them horns came out. And I have horns too. But I can understand that sometimes if you let a bull buck, they eventually get tired. You understand? She's gonna get tired. And the dominant energy always prevails. So I let her go off. And I answered her questions. Well, why did you? But I thought this is erasing everything that we did. Okay. Do you feel that way? Well, yes, and by the end of the conversation, she was apologizing. Not only apologizing, but you know what? I should have never came to you because it wasn't your fault. You didn't know. She came back to her senses. But I didn't react to her coming at me. I responded with, oh, right. Now, she came at me with the horns. Now, if I reacted and bucked back with the horns, there would have been an issue. However, that's all that she could have expected because she came aggressively toward me. Do you understand that? That reactionary. I didn't jump. Now I can jump. Hey, baby mama. Hey, Tina. I can. Shantae, I hope you're... I keep calling you... I can't... When I see your name, I see Shantae, but then it's like, duh, Muffin. Sorry. But you can't expect nothing. Now, if I would have bucked back with my horns, we would have had 2 hurt people because it would have got to that level. I get it. I understand that. I don't care if you're from New York. Respect me. I don't care where I'm from, what I've been through in my life. I done been through the trenches. You understand me? I done been through some stuff in life. I feel like I smell coffee. Who's here with coffee? I done been through. I'm not going to use that as an excuse to buck at somebody. Now, if you buck at me and there's some sort of miscommunication, I can absolutely come down to my cow. You know, I'm a cow. I like to eat grass. I like chilling, in the sun, just chilling. You can, I don't want to say you can milk me, but you can't. But just relaxing. I'm like Daisy, a dollop of Daisy. And then we go through some other signs and Virgo goes off. But as soon as they go off, they can come back down. Like it's shoot. Tauruses, not so easily, because once you get us in a corner, that's a wrap. Don't ever put a Taurus in the corner, period. They don't sway. They don't bend and sway. There's no flexibility. They call it stubborn. I call it loyal. Don't do it. Now in Aries, Aries will fire up. Okay, that is the first sign. It's fire. They will absolutely... An Aries, when they get reactionary, or they will burn down an entire block. Block's gone. And they don't think about it. They don't think about it. Aries goes in. But Aries can be such big babies. Oh my goodness. And they can also be the monk. When they can control that fire, they can come to the monk. Sagittarius. Sagittarius, their fire is very controlled, right? Can they get fiery? Yes, but they're going to shoot their fire in a very calculated way. Okay, it's not just like Aries, I'm burning everything down. No, Sagittarius, you know what a Sagittarius has? Their weapons are matches, blow torches, and flamethrowers. They will pick their weapon very carefully and know exactly what to use. If they want to throw the flamethrower, then that's what it is. If they want to just with a match, they can do that. If they want to just turn up that blowtorch, they can do that as well. Leos. I feel Leos are pretty tame. Leos are tame. They are definitely more controlled than the Aries. In my experience, Leos are very happy people. And they are the sun, right? Mr. Sunshine, Mr. Golden Sun, please shine down on me. Yeah, Sagittarius know. They know. That blowtorch can be on low. That blowtorch can be on high. They can absolutely throw the flamethrower. Wow. And light everything up. Or just a little match. They're smart. You know, Sagittarius is very intelligent. They are. Then we have Scorpios. Scorpios. My cousin was here last week and I talked about him, and he's a Scorpio, and we talked about Scorpios, you know, and I just said, yeah, they're dark. He was like, that's what I always hear, because he knows nothing about astrology. And I said, well, Scorpios are dark, but it's not bad, right? We talked about it last week. A tree has what's above the land and what's under goes even deeper. So what's above the land is the light, but it's not a bad thing that a tree has roots. It's just dark. That's just what it is. But darkness in a way of a Scorpio, for instance, won't go and tell someone like, hey, I'm interested in you. I like you. I have a crush. I want to take you out on a date. What a Scorpio will do is they throw pebbles. They will start pebbling you, like give you a little video to watch, ask you a question. Hey, have you ever heard of landmark development? You answer, you just think you have a conversation. Next thing you know, a Scorpio's joining some of the things that you're in, some of the clubs that you may be in. Scorpio may join your church. Hey, Frank, how's it going? So good to see you. Yeah, we'll talk later. I didn't know you go to this church. Well, yeah, I just joined. Oh, well, congrats. Praise the Lord. Next thing, a Scorpio may be at a restaurant that you go to, or the same, when it's not a stalking, right? We're not that bad. Oh, hey, Tiff. But, just pedal. And they do that so their prey can be close to them. And then they come with the stinger. Bam. Again, not a bad thing. And when I say stinger, now you have your prey right where you want them. Now you can get what you want. Tiff, am I lying? Tiff said she's a Scorpio. Tiff, am I lying? This is how you, right? So this is that's that under. And then when a Scorpio is passionate about something, or when a Scorpio loves, Deep as the ocean. Tiff said, "You're so right." There it is right there. Yeah. They go so deep. I am a Scorpio moon. And sometimes it frightens me. Hey, Mookadoo, Aiden, at your mama poo poo. It scares me how deep I can go into my emotions. And I used to hold back so much, like actually loving someone, or because I can feel how deep I can go. Now I'm not pebbling anybody because I have my Taurus side. We're a bull. We're just gonna be like, "Hi, I'm interested. Dick, dick, dick. Let's go out for dinner." Actually, I'll cook for you because Tauruses like to be home. We like to be comfortable. I'm a cook. I'm gonna bring you some chocolate cookies on our first date. Snitch! That was my pebbling, though. You know what? Now that I'm thinking, that was my pebbling. But it didn't take, all that. It was chocolate cookies and that. Okay. Anyways, then you have some of the other signs, right? So we have our Geminis, who Gemini's going to tell you what it is. What it is, yo, or what's up, and it meant, and it got oh yeah, well, oh, what's up? Okay, Gemini's just gonna be like, what it is. And if they really want you, when you say no, they're gonna flip on you right quick and then bring it back down. Kira says, "I feel like I'm never going to change." LMAO. Just when I think I'm changing, someone brings out me and me. Someone brings out the me and me, and then I gotta turn up. You know what I'm saying? I be trying to be Christian. I be trying to be like, oh, love, light, and milk. But they bring that Lilith out. Well, let them bring it out. Because that is the only way that healing comes, when things get exposed. That is the only way you can fix it. Yeah. That's the only way you can fix it. Don't hide it. Expose it. Now, don't be fake about it either. I was telling you the fake, oh, I care about your health. No, you don't. Now, the people, my circle, you all care about my health, right? But if somebody were to see me on one of these lives, take a clip, make a video of me like, oh, she's so fat, look at her, but I care about her health. Shut up. No, you don't. No, you don't. Just stop. Just be like, I don't want to look at fat people. Like, it is that, just, I don't want to look at fat people. And then my suggestion to that person is, well, maybe if you talk to them, you can find out why they're fat. Could it be that, they like food? Yes. Could it be that they have a thyroid problem? Yes. Could it be they were abused and neglected as a child, and that's their way to comfort themselves? Yes. Could it be that they were sold as a child into sex slavery because they were so cute, and to make themselves look ugly, they eat and eat so they remain fat so nobody would want them? Yes. We don't know what the reason is, but just because people, it is a visual aid, right? We can see that. We can't see when nobody's stealing kids, though. We didn't see that man when he had his wife tied up, drugging her, having men for years come and R her down. Yes. We ain't see that. Oh, no. Oh, they're fine. She's just crazy. We don't see, look. Anybody watch Soft White Underbelly here? It's a documentary, little interview thing. Love it, love it, love it. They have everybody from every walk of life on that show. And you can see some, those who have been using for a while, but there are some that really haven't been using that long. And I'm talking about some heavy stuff like meth, fentanyl, tranquilizers. What's that? Oh, trank. Um, they use that heavy duty stuff, and they don't have the marks. They don't have track marks. They're not shooting up. And you think they're fine. Let me tell you a quick story. I used to work at this life insurance company in Connecticut. And a bunch of younger people, the owner of this, he was super young but married, had a family. He was in his 30s, but multimillionaire, and had all these young people working for him. Well, one of the girls that I became friends with, that I could not be friends with anymore. Um, and the funny thing is, she's a Becky. It just hit me. She's a Becky, literally Becky. Becky was fly. Okay, got her hair done, kept a bob, a blonde. She got it highlighted, but she had natural blonde hair. Becky's body was toom tang town. Becky was dressed, was making money. She was doing her thing. So I'm like, cool, Becky. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? I like this, whatever. I'm trying to be with you. I'm trying to get some money too. So we started hanging out, and I went to her apartment, gorgeous apartment. She could afford a lot. Her furniture was grandiose, mahogany furniture. And she was so proud of the mahogany. And I like, at that time, girl, I don't know what daggone mahogany is. Lucky I got dressers. You know what I'm saying? I put my stuff in plastic tubs. And next thing I know, because her apartment, it was just beautiful. Had 2 bedrooms, but they were on either side of the middle space. The middle space was your living room, dining room, kitchen, grandiose. And she had a wraparound port, like a balcony, because she was on some levels up. And she had this bedroom, which had its own full bathroom. There was the master bedroom with its own full bathroom. Beautiful walk-in closet, just gorgeous. Well, she was like, come in here. All of a sudden, Becky took some pills, crushed them up, and was like, oh, it's Adderall. Do you want some? First of all, what is Adderall? Now, I'm in my 20s, okay? I didn't know about Ritalin and Adderall and all that stuff, okay? I'm not a drug person. I didn't know about that stuff. What is Adderall? You don't know what Adderall is? No. She said it's a medication it's a narcotic for ADHD or whatever. ADD at the time. I don't know. No, I don't. And she crushed it up and started snorting it. And she did pill after pill after pill after pill. Becky, what is happening and what is about to happen? Because I'm not trying to be responsible for nothing. Becky, you would never think that Becky did anything. She was like, I'm hungry, let's go to eat. So we went to a steakhouse. Becky ate nothing. I was like, well, this is on Becky's dime, so let me get something right. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get me some filet mignon. Shoot. I'm bringing something home. Becky ordered, didn't eat one thing, but she drank no less than 10 drinks. So I was like, all right, it's time to go. Becky, you would never think that anything happened that she took anything. I'm talking no less than 10 drinks, I swear on everything that I love, and sniffed these pills of Adderall. And she was acting just as normal as me right now. Now, because that's not visual and people can't see that, they're not going to say, hey, girl, you got a problem. That's crazy, right? Because Becky looks fly. But see me on the street, but I'm fly, okay? I don't really get talked to like that, meaning like nobody's like, oh my God, you're so fat. However, this girl danked the tank the monster tank the mom dank the mom. And anyone else, Tiff's friend that she had in school, they're gonna say, "Oh my god, you're so big. Aren't you worried about your health?" And then you got Becky's walking around literally high all day. Will sit there behind a wheel and crash. Will tear up somebody, right? And then, because they don't remember, I didn't do that. What are you talking about? One more story. I'm going to tell two more stories and then we're going to wrap it up. Another story. And you've seen on social media the guy who they were interviewing him, and he was like, they asked him, "Do you go to this convenience store a lot?" He was like, "Yeah, they have real good drinks." What happened is he had an alligator in under his arm, ran in this convenience store, went behind the okay, so I just learned that you can go into the refrigerated part, like behind of a convenience store, if you want to get the big boxes of beers and drinks. I had no clue. But he ran with this alligator. Right. What high was she chasing? But then we got to talk and we kind of understood a little bit more, like, "Oh, you got problems back. We got to get you some help, baby. That's not pretty. That's not cute at all." Okay, anyways, he ran into this convenience store with this alligator, went to back, got his beer, paid for the beer, ran out the store with his alligator. And that man said he does not remember one bit. He don't remember coming in that night. He don't remember. But the proof is in the pudding because they got him on tape. Now, if somebody were to say that, "Dude, you ran up in here with an alligator." That's how tore up this man was. "You ran up in here with an alligator." What are you talking about? I didn't have no alligator. You did have an alligator, right? That place of, and that's that, bringing it back, what I was just talking about. Actually, I have two more things. The forgetfulness, whatever reason. Don't say you didn't do something. Just listen to a person. I never said that. You don't even know. He said he did not remember. So he's facing charges. They probably, and I'm pretty sure he's back getting his beer right back at the same convenience store. But I hope he learned not to pick up any alligators. I don't know what he was thinking. Maybe he wanted some gator shoes. Maybe he wanted to eat some gator. Maybe he wanted a gator purse. I don't know. I don't know why anybody would wrestle an alligator, pick it up, and bring it like their pet. I don't know. So let's just talk about squatters really quick. And I'm going here, and this is absolutely, if you want to, hate me, hate me. Hate me. Or you don't have to. Just listen to where I'm going with this. Y'all know squatters, right? Those are the people who will occupy a home, a building, a piece of land without any, sometimes there's paperwork involved. It's fake paperwork. And while the owner is gone, the owner tries to get them out, and those squatters have rights. Everybody know about that? Right? Here in Georgia, there are squatters' rights. If you squat in somebody's house for over a certain time, that person cannot kick you out of their home. They cannot. The squatters have rights. In the Dominican Republic, there were squatter rights. A lot of people, Americans, Brits, the Europeans, Canadians, will go over because it's super cheap to live in these islands, in these countries, start building these massive, beautiful homes, and for some reason stop. Whether they have passed away, whether they're maybe a significant other found out that they were doing this and didn't want to, maybe they lost money, whatever the case, they stop. Or they start building and it may take 2 or 3 years to complete. Well, during that interim, while this homeowner is back in their home country, there are people who don't have homes that go into these homes and live. They go there to live. And the squatter's rights are, Mr. Homeowner, Mrs. Homeowner, you were away for this amount of time. These people have the right to live in your property, and there is nothing you can do about it. You have to evict them. You can give them a 6 months notice. Now, I know that I wouldn't like a squatter in my property. Does anyone agree? Or is everybody like, well, yeah, let squatter squat? Maybe. My question is, where did squatters' rights come from? How is it law, like actual statute, that a squatter cannot be removed? Does anybody know? I'm going to wait. Does anybody know? We'll wait for some answers. Why are there squatters' rights? Why, as a homeowner, will you be arrested if you force those squatters out of your home, out of your property? Anybody know? No? Well, because squatting is part of our American history. Colonization is a form of squatting. When people go to colonize a territory, an island, a country, a people, they squat on their land, possibly sign some fake paperwork, and now you have to get off my land. Let us read this. The history of squatters' rights in the United States and other countries includes periods of widespread squatting during the California Gold Rush, World War II, and the Great Depression. United States during the California Gold Rush and World War II. Squatting was common. During the Great Depression, homeless people built Hoovervilles across the country. After the Great Recession, shantytown. You all know, if you've been to the Caribbean, shantytown is very familiar. In the 2010s, most people occupied foreclosed homes using fraudulent names, fraudulent paperwork. Thank you, baby mama, so much, because that is correct. Squatting has been part of our American history. My question is, if I steal a car, I fake paperwork, I draw up some papers saying that it's my car, and the person who rightfully owns that car tries to take their car back. Am I wrong? Or do I have papers proving? Is that person wrong for coming to get their property back? Well, the way it works here, too bad, so sad, I stole it. It is mine now. That's what it is. And I hope, thank you so much. Yes, this is from Google, what I just read. My hope is that none of us ever have to experience squatters in our homes and in our properties. However, if it happens, just know it is the American way. From the inception, right? John Smith was getting it in with Pocahontas. What's her real name? What's Pocahontas' real name? Pasquana. What's her name? Hashaquana? I forgot her name. But Pocahontas and all her homegirls, John Smith and all his homeboys, they were getting it in, right? Honestly, that sounds like to me hobosexuals. Anybody know what a hobosexual is? Hobosexual is when you're homeless, you ain't got nowhere to go, so you shack up with somebody and get it in just to live with them for a little bit and then you go. That's right. That's what that sounds like. Hobosexuals to me. But they were squatters. Reality. And then it even got to the point where papers were drawn up. No, this is we bought this from you. Ooh. Really? Sounds like a squatter to me. So in closing, I just want to leave you with a story from Detroit, and it's not good. It's really sad. There was a woman who was homeless, and she has 4 children. She was sleeping in her van. The weather in Detroit, if you don't know, is not a game. Okay, it's not your 20 degrees. We're talking negative, minus degrees, minus 20 degrees, minus 15 degrees. Like, Detroit is not a game in the winter. And this woman called homeless services. She called 211. She called multiple times for help and no one helped her. Now, the thing is, they have records of all of these phone calls that she made because you know they record everything. Hey, Nanda. Well, 2 of her children ended up transitioning due to hypothermia. They were living in the van and she had to go to a garage. They were sleeping in there. The van ran out of gas, turned off in the middle of the night. 2 of her babies passed. 2 of her children passed away. 2 survived. She tried. She did what a CPR. She just whatever she can. By the time help arrived, absolutely those 2 children were gone. Now, this brings me back to what I originally started with. Why do the fake compassion? This lady in her interview said, it took for 2 of my babies to get some help. Now, I don't know why she's homeless. It could be a multitude of reasons. It doesn't matter. I am calling out for help. I need help. And she did not get that help. So now the compassion, oh no. And the babies are staying with a relative and she is at a shelter. Why the fake compassion? Don't care now. You ain't care before. So what's the newness? Why? Oh. I challenge all of us to get rid of our fake compassion because we may have it too, right? Oh, I care. I care about her health. I care about those babies. But her family that took those babies in, I guarantee, because let me tell you something. Before you start calling shelters, before you start calling homeless 211 and the people who are supposed to help, before you start doing all that, you reach out to your circle, right? You reach out to your family, you reach out to friends. This family member may say, no, but try this person. I got a friend here, I got a friend there, and I'm talking from personal experience. Before all of that, that's what you're going to try first. And when everybody else shuts their door, then you start calling the 211s, start calling the shelters, start calling. And when they shut their doors, what do? What does one do? Very, very sad. So I ask all of us, if we really care, then care. Take action, right? And let's go back to being fat. If you really care about someone's health and you feel that if they exercise, they'll lose weight, buy them a gym membership. Get them a personal trainer. If you care because you think fat people only eat, then get them a HelloFresh membership, a subscription. Get them some therapy. Literally, if you care, do something about it. Or just say, I really don't like looking at fat people. Right? This lady that lost her two children, now you care. It took two of my kids to die for you to finally pick up the phone and care. Shove it. Don't give two blips about me. Now this lady has to live with this for the rest of her life, and the other babies that were sleeping in this van with two deceased children. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's some traumatic stuff. So my ask is just be real. Be nice and help if you're gonna help. Okay? Or just don't. Just don't say, just turn the other cheek. Man, I told you I was reading the Sermon on the Mount, and Jesus said, if somebody slaps you, turn the other cheek. I won't. Cause what is clock that T? What does my boy say? you F around and F out. And we've seen all those videos. Somebody wants to slap somebody and wake up until tomorrow. Wake up in tomorrow. Absolutely not. But turn the other cheek. Look, I really don't want to help you. And you have to release the outcome that comes after that. Like this lady who lost her children. Some of those family members absolutely may be feeling that guilt. But you cannot feel that guilt. That was a choice. You have to release it, and it's okay. See, the thing is, there's no judgment behind any of this. If you don't want to help, say you don't want to help. Or, I can't believe that lady was sleeping out in her. Well, did you offer her anything? Even some gas money so she can keep her van running? A hotel lobby, something? Hotel lobby is nothing, right? Overnight, people aren't coming in and out like that unless it's like a party hotel. But let them sit in a hotel lobby where go sleep, baby. Ain't nothing. Anyways. So, folks, what'd you get from today? Squatters' rights. Fat people, if you don't want to look at a fat person, or if you think you can, if you really have compassion for them, offer them something. Offer them some therapy sessions. Or just love them. Love them. And respect them. Respect them. I'm waiting for the day that somebody calls me a big booty hoe. You know what I'm saying? Waiting. Okay. Just love people, just be nice. That's really it. You know, just don't be fake with it. Don't say you're compassionate and then not do anything. Or don't say, oh, I care about your health. You care about that addict's health. And truthfully, addiction, right? Addiction comes in all forms, right? Addiction comes in all forms. We just watched She Gotta Have It last night. The old She Gotta Have It. I can't believe I said old, but it came out in the 80s. She had an addiction. She had a sex addiction. Point blank period. There's nothing around it. You know, people have shopping addictions. People have addictions to not throwing anything away, aka a hoarding addiction, right? Addictions to exercising, addiction. There's so many. And we can't be less compassionate or more compassionate for the one that we can see versus the one that we can't see. Because how many of us have secret addictions? We're so good at being that front, right? And then after this, we go throw up in the bathroom for 5 minutes, right? We do that everything, but we're fine. We're good. And then after this, we go look at some pornography. And I don't mean like porn. I'm talking about little kid porn, okay? But look, it happens. Let's just be honest with it, okay? Right? But we go and how many people are in a pulpit Do secret, right? We have secrets. But just because we look good, oh, they're fine. They're fine. But everybody saw this poor girl tank the moss, and went in. But she put herself out there. Onija put herself out there. But allegedly, she's back. She's about to do a show. So we'll watch that. But I love you all so very much. It is 9 o'clock. No, you don't, Tiffany. No, you do not. It is not. No. We don't want any addiction. We want healthy relationships. We want healthy relationships, whatever we choose to interact with, whether that be gambling. I don't gamble. I ain't wasting no money. But I tell you, I knew a couple of bookies in my life, and they did all right. These bookies never went broke. So there's a thing to it, like sports gambling. I just don't know sports enough like that. But maybe I can give my money to someone. No. Tons of addictions, right? Anyways, y'all have a beautiful night. I will see you actually in 2 weeks. Next week I'll be on Light Shine Lab, but I have an engagement up until 8 o'clock, and then so I won't be on my personal page, but maybe I'll do a rant video. I don't know. All right. Love you so much. Have a good night. I'm getting off the gram first. Bye, Gram. Thanks for everybody that came. I'm so happy. Don't hate me. I know people get mad. I don't give two blips. Because what I say is honest. It's true. Shoot, you want to get mad at the truth? Get mad at the truth. Not my problem. It's not. And the truth does not need to prove itself. It only needs time. And I'm telling this to those who feel that they have to prove themselves. If you are in truth and telling truth, you don't need to prove anything. Time will tell. Have a good night.